Well, Cameron in the front right here. Congratulations on another win, but I can't imagine that's exactly how you saw this fight playing out. I know in the cage you said you're not a dirty fighter, but, you know, like back-to-back fights when these things are happening, is at the back of your mind is like, what's going on in these fights that's happening with me?
Yeah, I think it's a massive part of it is pushing the pace quite a lot. You know, it's very quick in there. He was level changing quite a lot, so it made it quite hard. I think one of those groin kicks he milked a little bit, to be honest. But you know, I apologize for that being the case. I'll be definitely working on that and focusing on not making that mistake again. I know I said that the last time. A massive part I'm taking home with me is just slowing down the pace a little bit. Fighting aggressively is a massive tool of mine, but at the end of the day, if you can't do that calculated, it can cost you the fight.
Was there any part of you that was afraid maybe the ref would wave the fight off or he couldn't continue in there?
No, to be honest, no. I think my honest opinion, those kicks were high, but that was to the leg. Like we trained that quite a lot in this camp. It was a massive part of our game plan. I think I showed that in the fights as well. We landed a lot of those kicks. And you get 2 groin strikes for every pound you miss weight. You know, so.
Then, a last one on this topic. You said you might have to change your game plan and just kind of pull back from being so aggressive. But like you said, that's the style of fighting that got you here. And that's what even Dana White mentions when you fought. Like, how difficult will it be when you're in there? It's one thing to prepare, but when you're in there to not just kind of keep pushing forward like you used to.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be fighting my personality as well. You know, I enjoy being in there and I enjoy pressing hard and, you know, taking my opponent to deep waters. So it's just going to be about narrowing down technically what we need to fix in order to not create fouls like that. But also, there's a lot of good I can take away from this fight. Just off the top of my head, I felt much better in there. I felt more calculated. I felt like I'm more present. The first fight was just all over the place. My head was quite scrambled. This time, the whole experience was much better. So I believe we'll be improving every single time. I hope I showed that in this performance, and we'll be showing that again, hopefully in June or July.
You mentioned your game plan. Obviously, you had a very kick-heavy attack, but you're also finding a lot of success with your hands. You were snapping his head back with a lot of your combinations. So outside of the fouls, did everything go to plan with your game plan?
I think so. I think I really try and hunt finishes, which can not be that good, you know. So I think technically, movement-wise, I think it was good. I think we were quick. Angles, I think we could have done much better. I think on the exit, we could have done much better. That's just quick stuff. My coach yelled at me just after the fight, and that just also shows the importance of how we approach these fights. He already had a list of stuff that we're going to need to fix. So if I land in South Africa on Tuesday, I have some homework to do.
Is that normal? Every fight, he just gives you a list of things?
100%. Every single fight since I joined the pro Team CIT team when I was 18, every single time.
Last one for me. You and your teammate Drickus have been very active, especially together. So when are you hoping to get back in there, and are you hoping to stay both of you matched up on the same cards moving forward?
I think when Drickus finishes Derek Brunson, I think that's not going to be the case anymore. I think he's going to be either fighting for a number 1 contender fight, or he's going to be fighting for a world title. So he's obviously going to travel with us if I'm fighting, and I'll be traveling with him. I'll be his number 1 cheerleader if I don't have a fight scheduled. But I would like to get back in here June, July, and really make a statement once again.
Cameron, over here, man. Going back to the weight cut yesterday for him, with him missing weight, did that upset you? You got some extra coin, which is good, but did that also give you a bit more confidence knowing maybe you had a bit of a rougher time making the weight?
Yeah, extra money, I can't complain. But it comes down to professionalism. And, you know, that's a big part of your job is making weight. So I've fought guys before in my professional career and amateur career that just don't care about making weight. You know, off the top of my head, my second fight in the UFC, that guy missed weight with like 8 pounds. So it's just about, we need to really make that, you know, like taking away from his money, that's granted, that he deserves that. So, yeah.
any plans to go to Top Golf? Did you end up going? I was curious. Did you end up getting to go to Top Golf at all?
I did not, but we still have 2 days. So I'm really going to try and convince my team, but I think they're going to be swinging at other stuff. So.
You need to film that, I think. I know you're a good golfer, right? So it'd be cool to see you get that done.
I'm a terrible golfer, but I'll edit it very well, I promise.
There you go. I like the editing. And what about tonight? Obviously, you're going to watch Drakus compete, but after that, any plans? Do you have anything on the horizon this evening after this big win?
Maybe I can ask you guys, what do you like eating here in Vegas? Because I'm very hungry. So I would like to have some great food here.
I'll have to pass that to someone else. I'm Canadian. And just last one for me, any opponents in mind for the next fight? I know just, a couple fights in the UFC, but I'm sure you're keeping an eye on the division and who's sort of up and down, right?
No names at all. I trust the UFC and Sean Shelby to make an educated decision on who they want me to fight next. And I've never turned down a fight, so I'll be ready.
Hey, Cameron here in the back. Back-to-back fights in Las Vegas. How do you like competing at the T-Mobile? And do you have a desire, the UFC goes on the road now. Are there markets that you do want to go visit as part of your career?
Most definitely. I love Vegas. It's getting much easier just getting into the procedures here, in fight week, landing, obviously the traveling, we're getting used to that as well. So coming to Vegas is a lot of fun. We enjoy it. We are staying in the New York hotel, which is very across the street. So it's very convenient as well. And, the UFC has made it very easy for us. I would love to fight in other cities as well, just experience that. There was a end of March, I think they're going to Texas. I would have loved to go to Texas as well. I would like to fight in different areas. I would love to fight in Europe. I was calling for the London card after my debut, but that did not happen. But it will happen.
And then I just want to ask your thoughts. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo. How do you see the title fight in your division going?
That's a very hard fight to call. I think Cejudo is undeniably one of the best bantamweights we've ever had, and Aljamain he matches Cejudo's style very well. So off the top of my head, if I have to pick someone, I would go with Cejudo, but I would still have to study some tape again.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Why specifically Texas?
They have Texas barbecue there. It's like we have braaivleis, so it's like a barbecue, South African barbecue, and we've heard Texas barbecue is next level. So yeah.
Rolling Smoke barbecue is really good barbecue here. Rolling Smoke.
My teammates is going to make a note of that. Vaughn. Thanks.
Cam, you already fight with that energetic, almost a little bit of an urgency. What happened in between rounds with your corner? Was there any more urgency with that point deduction to make it up, or you just not even let it be a thought?
Yeah, that was the weird thing, because there was a healthy mix of both, slow it down, but also finish the fight. So I was quite confused at a stage. I think slowing it down, meaning just be a little bit more picky of your shots and focusing on exiting a little bit better and picking up the pace, just forcing him on his back foot. So that was what I tried to do. Honestly, I can't remember a lot of the fights, so I'm gonna go watch it when we get to the hotel.
Excellent, thanks, sir. And last for me, Drakus mentioned the whole acclimating, coming to Vegas. How have you guys gotten better at that? Because one side of the world to the other, training camps, what have you, it is a big factor to get your body right for this weather, this conditions.
Yeah, definitely. I think we have an amazing team, and we try and do it as good as possible. So we travel anywhere between 10 to 13 days before fight night. We travel to Vegas to climatize. We do peak sessions. We do everything here. So we really try and do it as good as possible. When we're back in South Africa a few days before we fly, we already live on American time. So when the night is dark and everyone is in bed, we're up, training at 3 a.m. in the morning, our time. So we really try and do it as professionally as possible, that when we get here, we can perform at our best of our abilities.
Excellent. That's a true professional. Congrats on the win and enjoy the food.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Thank you, guys.